Yo, what is up, Raidernation? It's your boy Samora back at again with another pregame preview. And this week, we got our Las Vegas Raiders versus the Denver Broncos in Allegiant Stadium at Las Vegas on this holiday season. I know you guys are going to be camped around the fire, enjoying your time with the family, having a merry, holly jolly Christmas, and I hope you guys do, because all I want for Christmas is a W. I don't think that's too much to ask for, right? Now, before I get started with this pregame preview, Raider Nation, I want to let y'all know, we finna run it back in Las Vegas again. January 8th, 2022, the last week of the season, the Chargers weekend. I'm gonna be out there in Las Vegas with my boy Raider Cody and a lot of super fans out there as well. We're gonna be throwing together the blackout party to end off the season, and hopefully it's gonna be a great season. This event is absolutely free. It was a blast last time, and the Raider Nation came through. So if you guys missed the last one, don't miss this one. And if you guys are gonna be in the area, come on by. And the very next day, I will be in Allegiant Stadium attending the Raiders versus Chargers game, so look out for your boy. With all that being said, let's not waste any more time and let's get right into your pregame preview.
And you tell them one thing, just win, baby.
Now, we ain't starting no pregame preview without giving you guys some quick Nation news that you can use. Raiders safety Jonathan Abram will undergo surgery on his dislocated left shoulder, meaning his season is over. I wish nothing but the best for Abram and hope that he bounces back stronger next year. In other news, the Raiders have placed cornerback Brandon Faison on the COVID/reserve list due to a positive test. This is the second cornerback that went down to COVID this week. Now that means Mullins, Hobbs, and Faison could all miss this week's game. If so, look for cornerback Keyshawn Nixon and Desmond Trufant to get more playing time this week. Now, last but not least, the Raiders have announced their Pro Bowl alternates who could possibly be joining their teammates AJ Cole, Denzel Perriman, and Mad Max Crosby in the Pro Bowl in 2022. Those players being offensive tackle Colton Miller, quarterback Derek Carr, wide receiver Hunter Renfrow, defensive end Yannick Ngakoue, kicker Daniel Carlson, and tight end Darren Waller. So our Las Vegas Raiders finally found a way to win this past week against the Browns, now sitting at 7-7, just one game out of the playoff race. They will be back home on a short week in the entertainment capital of the world to face their AFC West rivals and the Denver Broncos, who is also 7-7 and fighting to stay alive in the playoff race as well. Though the Raiders barely sketched out a win versus a depleted Browns team, a win is a win. And looking at the remaining 3 games on the schedule, they will need a win now to have any chance at the postseason. Derek Carr and this offense will need to step up like they did the first time around versus the Broncos, where he threw for over 340 yards and 2 touchdowns. The Broncos secondary has gotten better since then, shutting opposing offenses. So we'll see if Carr will be up to the test with a depleted receiving core that only consists of Renfrow, Zay Jones, D. Jax, and Brian Edwards. Darren Waller, on the other hand, could possibly miss this game as well, so that will be a huge blow for this offense. With the recent injury to Teddy Bridgewater, Drew Lock will be starting in this week's game. In their first meeting, the Raiders sacked Bridgewater 5 times and hit him a total of 17 times. If this defense can replicate that same performance, then we'll have a good chance at winning this game. But it won't be easy though, because as good as the Raiders defense were, last week versus a third-string quarterback, they failed to record a sack or a turnover against Nick Mullins. They will have to get better this week, not only just getting to the quarterback, but also stopping the run. The Broncos duo of Javonte Williams and Melvin Gordon has slowly gotten better over the week, so that's definitely something to keep an eye on. Both teams are still fighting to stay in the playoff race, so it's going to come down to who wants it more. At the end of the day, no matter what your stance is on our quarterback Derek Carr, all we want for Christmas as Raider fans is for this team to go out there and get that W.
I got the keys now.
Now I got 3 keys to the game. The first key is applying pressure and getting turnovers. Now, we played a third-string quarterback in Nick Mullins last week, and we weren't able to get to the quarterback at all, let alone cause any pressures. We only had 4 quarterback hits in last week's game. We both know that Drew Lock is prone to making mistakes, so if we want him to make those mistakes, we got to put pressure on the quarterback this week. Our defensive line has got to do better. Mad Max Crosby, Yannick Ngakoue, they got to get their sacks in this game. If we want him to force turnovers, throw interceptions, and for our secondary, they need to learn how to catch the damn ball as well, man. There's so many interceptions that were dropped by our defensive backs out there, so I want them to make plays as well. Give them that great field position on the offensive side of the ball. ball. If we do that, then we have a great chance of winning this game. But our offense has got to keep that same energy as well, which leads me to my second key of the game, which is better execution in the red zone.
I want better fucking execution.
Now, last week we did a much better job on offense converting on third downs and keeping drives alive for the most part, but where we struggled was in the red zone and scoring points. We only scored only one touchdown drive throughout that whole game. That's crazy, and that's not going to be good enough to win games down the road. Only one touchdown drive and 3 field goals? Heck, I don't want to see Daniel Carlson out there for anything else but an extra point. So offense, y'all need to have better execution out there. Play calling, Derek Carr's got to do a better job finding his receivers, and receivers, catch the damn balls. I don't want to see any drop balls this week. I know that really hurts our offense. So overall, as a whole, this offense needs better execution in the red zone. We need to go score points. Let's go and whoop the Denver Broncos and blow this team out of the water. Give us that momentum going into this playoff race. I mean, we're going to need it, especially going up against the Indianapolis Colts next week. But you know what? That's next week. I'm going to focus on this week. I want my offense to go out there and score some damn points. Now, the last key that I have here is the biggest key that we've had this season, and it has been our Achilles heel throughout the whole season, especially on the defensive side of the ball, and that is stopping the run. Now, I know that last week against the Browns we did a much better job, holding Nick Chubb to under 100 yards, and that's a tough task to do. Now, we can all say that they had a third string quarterback, so we weren't really worried about that. I feel like this week is the same thing. I don't feel like we should be worried about Drew Lock as well. I feel like we need to neutralize that running game, because if we do, then we're forcing Drew Lock to beat us with his arm, and shit, how many times has he done that? Not a lot. The Broncos duo and Javonte Williams and Melvin Gordon have been able to rush over 100 yards total since their bye week. So I'm hoping that this Raiders defensive line can keep that same energy from last week, repeat that same performance, and keep these two under 100 yards total and neutralize them for the most part. If we do that, we could definitely leave Las Vegas with that W, 8-7, just one game closer to the playoffs.
Knock on wood if you have that message, please. And we're here to help you.
Now for the last segment, I got your 3 players to watch in this game. The first player being our quarterback, Derek Carr. Like I've said over and over again, DC is our leader. Whether you love him or hate him, he's still our quarterback, and we need him to step up big in these last 3 games of the season, starting with the Broncos. Derek Carr has failed to surpass 300 yards passing or even have a multiple touchdown game since Thanksgiving. Though this offense is a collective effort, he's still got to take control and make plays to help us win this game. If the defense gives you opportunities, then take advantage of it. I expect Derek Carr to bounce back in this game and have over 300 yards with at least 2 touchdowns. Now, the second player to watch in this game is wide receiver DeSean Jackson. Now, the wide receiver core since the bye week has been inconsistent outside of Renfro. The addition of DeSean Jackson had many fans excited, including me, but since he's been here, he hasn't been much of a factor outside of the Cowboys game. Last week, he struggled with drops, but we've seen Derek Carr get a bit aggressive downfield to Zay Jones. So hopefully we see more of that, but with DeSean Jackson this week. If we're able to see that connection get going early, then we'll be in good position to win this game. And my last player to watch in this game is our defensive end, our sack leader, Yannick Ngakoue. Ngakoue is a huge part of the Raiders pass rush alongside of Mad Max Crosby. But after not having a sack in last week's game, I expect Yannick to bounce back in a game I know he can dominate. Once he starts to get going, there's no stopping him. And once he brings down Drew Lock on Sunday, it'll open things up for everyone around him. And we know once Lock starts panicking, them turnovers start following. We just need to set that tone, especially on the defensive side of the ball. So with that being said, Raider Nation, let me know what you guys think about this game. Who are you looking forward to watching in this game? And what is your game score prediction? Let me know down in the comments below. Alright, Raider Nation, that is all I have for you guys today on this video. If you guys enjoyed it, don't forget to hit that like button. If this is the first time you're coming across my channel and you love the Las Vegas Raiders, then hit that subscribe button and hit that notification icon button just to notify you guys when I upload more videos just like this. Until then, this is your boy Some More Raider, and your boy is yeah.
And you tell them one thing. Just win, baby.